Hello everyone, hi, I am MovieManCHAD and I am still on vacation. I went to see my second movie while on vacation. I'm here with my good brother, my younger brother, 2 years younger than me, The Berkey Guy. Sells Berkey products and all this other stuff online you can check to help make your life a lot less chaotic, right?
There you go. Be better prepared.
Be better prepared, yes. So we took the whole family and we saw, what movie did we see?
It was called Heaven is for Real.
Heaven is for Real, which came out today. It is the brand new faith-based film, religious film, Christian film that actually is produced and distributed by a major studio. Sony made this film.
With TriStar, yeah.
TriStar. And I think his name is Randall Wallace,
yeah.
Who is the screenwriter of Braveheart, and We Were Soldiers, and Pearl Harbor, and I believe he worked on The Separatist, as well as The Man in the Iron Mask. So he has actually written and directed this film. The film is based on a true story of a young family who are living in Nebraska. I think they're from Nebraska or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what city in Nebraska.
Yeah, and the movie stars, the big stars of the film are Greg Kinnear, Kelly Riley, who are husband and wife in the film, and there's some other people in the film, including Thomas Hayden Church, and there's some other people that I recognize, some character actors. But the film revolves around a family who are religious. The father, Greg Kinnear, played by Greg Kinnear, is a pastor for the church. And one day his son is suffering. They go on vacation to Colorado, and his son is suffering in his stomach, and they find out he has appendicitis. They take him to the hospital. He has major surgery. They're kind of freaking out because they love their son. He's this little charismatic kid. Of course, this is based on a true story, so I don't know. When it says that, you gotta take it with a grain of salt in the sense, it's based on a true story, but they probably based on a book and based on real life. But of course, they have to change a few things to make it more dramatic for the movies. So the kid goes to the hospital, and while in the hospital, he gets his he has surgery, and he comes out, and he has all these ideas and these visions that he had. He says that he saw his mother and his father in the hospital crying to God, and that he met up with Jesus, and he actually saw a lot of things. Jesus took him around and showed him things and told him all these things, and then he came back to his family and said, I've seen all these things, and the town kind of goes up and down about their feelings about that.
Or
and
the church
itself. Because there's this huge family, this huge church family that's there. So that's the gist of the story. And he comes back, and there's some conflict there because some of the church members, they want to believe, but at the same time they're worried that their whole church, their whole family, their whole community will become some sort of media circus.
Yeah.
So there's the idea of the film. All right, Berkey Guy, how did you feel about it?
Well, I think the movie overall, I really enjoy faith-based movies. There's a lot of, crap movies that come out of Hollywood. I think it's nice to see a faith-based movie. There were a lot of things, it's nice to hear Jesus' name used, not derogatory, and, and God in a better light. I think that some of the conflict in the movie obviously was a little bit, probably not. It was not as well done as I thought it could be in the drama. I think that the way that the little boy, he starts revealing things about what he saw in heaven. You're waiting for more dramatic things and more bombshells, and I just didn't see that. There was a bombshell near the end, which was it was good, but it was just so late in the movie. The movie's an hour and 50 minutes long, and I thought that they would put in more bombshells. Yes, okay, a little boy seeing the first one, he says angels in heaven, and he sees Jesus, and everybody can relate to that through the Bible, but what he says near the end was it was shocking. It was revelatory. It was very, very touching. But I just wish they had more about that, more ideas in the film, or more drama in the film. Yeah, somebody's knocking on the door here. But
we're doing a review, buddy.
I don't want to
love you guys.
In the circle, but
yeah. Hey, just call back a little bit.
So
go ahead.
More revelations from this little boy. I mean, he kind of described what Jesus looked like, which is really neat. That was revelatory, or like maybe like more dramatic, but like a lot of it was just things you hear every day, you know, or read them in the New Testament, or you can read them in the Old Testament, or some things in the Old Testament or New Testament. It wasn't like the boy was coming up with anything that you'd be like, you know, oh, okay, yeah, I've never heard of that before, or I've never seen that, or, you know, not that the experience would have come from it. He's only 4 years old, from his natural environment. But I think that some of the things, like near the end, the one bombshell comes out, that was very touching. So I love the whole faith-based part of the movie, how, you know, like I said, you know, about God. And him as a preacher, that Greg Kinnear was a great preacher. I mean, me and my brother were talking about this movie on the way home, and it was like, it might come across a little overhanded and religiously, but I think that it isn't nearly as overhanded as like Fireproof. I love Fireproof, but like that one is very religious. Is
Fireproof a religious film? I've never seen it.
Yeah, you've never seen it? The one about the marriage and Cameron, what's his name?
Kirk Cameron.
Kirk Cameron's in it. I mean, it's a great movie. I like it. It's just more preachy.
Yeah.
And this one is. I thought this one, you know, it made you think, but it didn't give you. The little boy just didn't give enough bombshells. I still like the acting, and the wife was amazing. And I thought it was very cinematography. Everything was beautiful. My brother, you know, might grant some of things. But I think that we were just waiting for the little boy to say something provocative or make you think. And, you know, it just didn't happen till the very end. So.
Yeah, I mean, I admire that. I mean, we're getting some religious-based films coming out recently. Of course, we got Noah, and we had God Is Not Dead. And I was really excited about this movie because we had like some major stars and some major producers and writers that have worked on Oscar-winning films, and we have an Oscar-nominated actor, Greg Kinnear. So I was really excited that this kind of this faith-based movie would come around from Sony. So that was, to me, that was the most exciting thing. And I was hoping I would see a nice family movie. We were taking the whole family to go see it, and that's what I was hoping for. And I felt like we got that somewhat. I really liked some of the characters. I liked the kid. I liked the family unit. It was a really good family unit. You feel like that you believed in them. And of course, Greg Kinnear.
And they kissed a lot.
And
cool.
a lot of kissing. Kelly and Riley. So they showed that they really loved each other. And I admire that they did want to tackle a subject like this. The problems that I have with this film is that it feels like it just creates conflict for conflict's sake. Now, I've never read the book, but I feel like the book, I don't know, I've never read the book. I have to go back and read the book, and maybe I'll correct myself later. But I bet the book is just explaining his son's appreciation of his upbringing, and then his whole vision of what he saw and his experiences, and all the revelations that he did find, and then he came back and he told his father and his sister and his mother. But I feel like there's some weird conflict that happens when he goes and explains that he saw these things, and he's a 4-year-old kid, and you know, 4-year-old kids say a lot of interesting things. You know, we were raised in an upbringing where we had that religious background, and you know, I don't think anybody in our family or anybody in our community of church friends would have any problem if we came back and said, "Hey, we had a vision, we saw something." It just got really weird when a lot of the church members were just like scared because, you know, they're going to church every Sunday to learn all these amazing things, and then all of a sudden when these amazing things kind of happen in some weird way through this young boy, they're all scared and they almost want to kick their pastor out the door. Yeah. And to me that felt like movie magic. Bad movie magic. It really took me out of the experience because I really, near the end, like yourself, finally got some emotions out of the film, because for a while I was never emotionally connected to this film. It was completely uneven, and on a movie level, it's kind of a mess. This movie is kind of a mess. It does look good, and the acting is good.
The little boy's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, but I felt like as a movie fan, the editing's really weird. There's a lot of weird tone that this movie takes. The pacing gets kind of weird. Some music choices felt out of place. So I just never had an emotional connection to the story, and I'm come from someone who believes that we're going to continue on after this life. I don't know how it's going to be. I don't have, I have faith. It's all about faith, because I would have a problem if, someone I love that's young that came up to me and started saying some things. I'd actually be touched, and I'd be like, it probably strengthened my faith even more. And that probably what that did to real people in real life. And I think the movie, I don't know, I have to maybe read the real story, but I feel like the movie just created all that conflict just so we can have conflict. Because the movie definitely has to have conflict, but maybe the real story had no conflict at all. I mean, the kid, he went through this horrible experience, and he came out of it, and he had all these amazing visions, and he saw Jesus, and he saw God, and he saw a lot of other things. So what? He's a kid. It's awesome. You know, good for him. And hopefully it can strengthen the faith of his family and strengthen the faith of his people around me. So I felt like the movie, the way it was going, was just kind of lame. It was really, really lame and took me out of the experience. But luckily, near the end, there's some really nice touching moments that happen that kind of took me back. And maybe like, I don't want to be too harsh on this movie. The movie's kind of childish, it's juvenile, it's harmless, it's a little heavy-handed, it's pretentious at times, but I like that the message is at least somewhat there. I do only recommend this to people of a religious background, of people that are still part of their religious background. It's a movie that I don't recommend to everybody. It's a movie that is definitely just for Christians. If you are someone who not a big fan of religion, I'd say stay away from this film because it might make you just more upset at religion. But if you are a Christian and you want to see something that's safe and nice, we took the whole family. They enjoyed it. The kids enjoyed it. There's no swearing. There's nothing bad in the film. It's PG rated.
Lots of kissing.
Lots of kissing. But it's a little intense at times with the surgery and all the craziness that happens with that, which is not too bad anyway. It's a PG rated film. I've seen a lot worse in other PG rated films. So for that, it's definitely perfect family entertainment. But I bet it's only for one group of. It's only for one group. It really is. It's only for Christians, and I would definitely only recommend it to Christians, and that was it. I would never recommend it to anybody outside that because it's not a universal story. Maybe the book is. Maybe the book is more inspirational, but the movie itself, it's hit or miss. Final words, brother.
I give it. I don't know what my brother's gonna give it. I'll give it a 3 out of 4. He has a 4 scale. I think that it was great for the family and the kids. I don't know if it was, I've seen other faith-based films that are a lot better, but I thought it was still really good. And for family night or taking the kids and the family out, I 100% highly recommend it. Hopefully you can even have a discussion afterwards about it and get their thoughts. And you don't have to, just the principles that are taught in the movie I thought were very good. So that's why I think that I was looking for more from it, but this review is almost 13 minutes already, so we don't want to go on forever here in the review process, but that's what I give the movie is about 3 out of 4 stars. Yeah,
I'm not going to be as harsh as I would be in other films, though I just wish it tried to be a lot smarter with its subject matter, instead of just going in the typical direction that it went. Mainly because of the emotional beats that it finally hit near the end and the overall message of the movie. I'm going to give the film a slight 2.5 stars out of 4. I just wish it was just something that was more universal for a wider audience that could have that, those elements, those story elements at the same time appeal to mass audience. But we'll have to see where it goes. Maybe it'll make lots of money and all the Christians will go see it.
There were a lot of people in the theater. So
yeah, the theater was packed with tons of people.
Yeah.
So, anyways, thank you so much for watching this review. I'm MovieManCHAD. This is my brother, The Berkey Guy. You can follow him where on Facebook?
On Facebook, just type in LPC Survival or just type in The Berkey Guy. You'll find us.
On Facebook. So I'll put links about that below and you can find out what my brother does to keep himself busy. Thank you so much for watching. I'm MovieManCHAD. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter and I'm on Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. Also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Please also go to MoviePilot.com. And if you've enjoyed this video review, please comment below. Let me know what you thought of this film. If you're going to go see it, if you have seen it, let me know what you thought about it. And let me know what you thought of my brother right here, if he did a good job reviewing movies, because he does have appreciation for movies. Not as much as me, but he has more important things in his life than I do. Family and all that good stuff.
And click the subscribe button.
Yeah, right there. The subscribe button's right there. So I'll probably put it right below your head. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching this review. Talk to you later, and peace be with you. Peace out. You do the peace sign? Oh, you know the backwards. No, forwards. There we go. Forward, peace. Bye, guys.